Hello, everyone, and welcome to Transmit Yourself, where we talk about topics related to fear of commitment so that you can create your own fulfilling relationship. Today, we're going to talk about 5 strategies to overcome stonewalling. Actually, this is a sequel to my first video on this topic that was what is stonewalling in relationships, for which the link I will leave in the description of this video. So as we start this video, I want you to consider and think carefully about the following question. And it is, what untapped potential do you think is hidden in your relationship if you did not stonewall? Just think about it for a couple seconds. Okay, so let's begin with the first tip. The first tip is to call your time out. What ends up happening a lot of times with stonewalling is that this reaction happens so fast that you get sucked in by this, like I said in the previous video, emotional bubble of the stonewalls. Now, if you, even before you go so deep into the emotional cage of stonewalling, you still have a little bit of consciousness or awareness of your own behavior and your own emotion as it is happening, then you can already voice out a little bit of what's going on by just saying, please, I need a couple of seconds, I need a minute, I need just some time to figure this out myself. And if you can add the cherry on top of that by saying, please don't take it personally, that's gonna make it a lot easier for your partner, for your relationship, and even for yourself later on, because you won't feel as guilty as you may if you don't acknowledge your partner at all. So this is a great tip for first acknowledging your partner, and secondly for reducing the guilt that can come up later on. Tip number 2, get out of your head. What happens a lot of times with stonewalling is that first you have this emotional reaction in which you just withdraw completely. It's a little bit as if you were subconsciously avoiding something, avoiding your trigger. And this subconscious behavior is very automatic. So it may be that you first feel it in your body, but then what keeps it in place and keeps it for a long time, or at least longer than it should be, it's actually your thoughts. So let's say you're already stonewalling, but then what happens is that you keep talking to yourself about how mean or how improper it was what the other person did. So the recommendation here is that you start by observing those thoughts, but then going into your body and not chasing the thoughts, because that can become either obsessive or it can just last for too long. And again, it will prolong the time in which you stonewall. So as you get out of your head and you focus on your body, you will reduce the energy that your thoughts give this emotion of stonewalling. So my suggestion is that you focus again on your body and you try to find and just to locate where the stonewalls are. Place your attention there and then just let it be. Don't judge it, don't talk too much to it, simply let it be. Then you can focus on your breath just to center yourself again. And if you know any type of meditation, any mindfulness meditation or something that you know already that can help you just to ground yourself even more, that would be the right moment. So again, this is step number 2, right? You on the first step you said that you needed some time. So here you actually do have the time, you have the space to just get back in a connection with yourself and especially with your body. Now, I know with my own experience that it may be that thoughts do come and they will have an emotional charge, a strong one, by the way. And it's very easy that you will want to chase those thoughts as you are stonewalling. Again, she shouldn't have done that, or whatever it is that's bothering you. And what I recommend is just to observe those thoughts as if they were clouds in the sky. Your consciousness, your awareness is the sky, and those thoughts are simply clouds passing by. You can choose if you want to follow them, right? If you want to chase them, or you can simply let them float away and you come back to your awareness, which is the sky. This is a perfect moment to do that type of awareness and mindfulness strategy. Now, if you're not that much into meditation or this type of things, that's totally okay as well. But maybe perhaps you like to take a walk, or you're a sportsy person, you like to do sports. So you can do that at this moment because it will help you to get out of your head. So you can go for a run if you like to go to the gym or do any other type of sport, basketball, whatever it is that you like. This is a perfect moment so that you create some distance between the stonewalling and the thoughts and yourself. Step number 3, question yourself and learn the lessons. So this is a perfect moment that now that you have disconnected from the stonewalling and that you are more connected to your body and probably more relaxed, perhaps your stonewalls are within 50%, and as they are more reduced, you can start thinking a bit more clearly. So you can ask yourself, what is it really that bothered me from what my partner did? Then you can also ask yourself, how true is that? And once you find out that perhaps it's not as true as you were thinking, you can also ask yourself, how can I do this differently next time? And then you're creating lessons for the next time. So let's just try an example. Let's say that you're very into your mobile phone and you're going to bed and your girlfriend tells you you shouldn't be using your mobile phone, just like we spoke. And then you get angry, right? You think like, who is she to tell me that? She's not my mother. She shouldn't be controlling me. And you feel offended. You feel maybe defensive. And you go into your stonewalls. So you feel yourself slowly but surely getting into those emotional walls. Now, at that point, if you're doing the steps and practicing the steps that we're talking about here, you can first tell your girlfriend that you need a little bit of time, that she shouldn't take it personally. And then you can just go to another room, go to the living room, for example, and you can connect to your body at that point, which is step number 2, which was get out of your head, connect with your body. So as you're taking this little time out, because you called it already, you can breathe, you can feel the stone walls, you can just stay there for a couple of minutes if you want. You can do a little meditation, like I told you, perhaps see any thoughts that come and pass by as clouds. And then step number 3, as you perhaps are more relaxed, you can ask yourself, because you're in a, let's say, in a lighter state, you can ask yourself, what is it really that bothered me? And perhaps some answers come at that moment. Those may be, she's trying to control me. She doesn't trust me. She's acting like my mother. Whatever it is that comes at that moment, that's what you think is bothering you. And then you can ask yourself, how true is this really? And be very conscious with this question, because if you let your ego respond, it's going to say, yes, it's totally true. But you want to know the real truth, so just let the answers come from within. You will see that most probably, in that case, the answer is that it's not true. She's not necessarily trying to control you, she's just perhaps worried about you, or concerned that you might miss an appointment the next day, whatever it is. So perhaps she actually does have a good intention, and you're just focusing on the potential bad intention that you see, that bothers you. So as you ask yourself, how true is this, and you let perhaps an answer that makes it easier for you to accept the situation, then perhaps you come up with the alternative perspective that she is just caring about you. And that's just her way to show her concern and her love for you. So, of course, at the beginning, as you are stonewalling, you don't want to see that perspective. That's why I tell you, take a little bit of time, breathe, connect to your body, get out of your head, and once you're more relaxed, you can do this type of exercise. You'll see how once you see another perspective and you stay with that feeling of that new perspective for some time, you'll feel way more relaxed and you'll be able to come back and to speak again with your partner. Step number 4 is a technique to help you to prevent the stone walls to occur again. And I call it response prevention, which means you observe yourself at the moment when the stone walls are building up and you let them go. You don't react to it. That's very, very crucial. It's pure awareness at the moment that you're seeing an emotional reaction, such as stonewalling. And instead of continuing in that reaction, you just let it be without entering it and without acting upon it. And acting upon it would be to actually stay quiet for hours or start the thinking. So this is very, very crucial, is to stay aware. If we go back to that example and you felt, for example, a bit angry when your girlfriend told you, put your phone away, you can feel the anger coming. You can feel it as a wave that's expanding around your body. What tends to happen is that we react to it because it feels strange, right? It feels bad, you feel empowered. And then you just close up. So instead of doing that, you just let it be. You breathe into it. You just give it a couple of seconds. It might be 5 to 10 seconds in which you're just breathing in. She doesn't really have to see that like a lot is happening. You're simply breathing in. And as that's expanding itself and you're just letting it be, it will not affect you that much. And the more that you're doing this, which is pretty much preventing yourself from responding or from reacting directly to the stone walls, the less seriously that you will take it and the less you will fall into the trap of stonewalling. So this is, again, staying very, very aware of that emotional automatic behavior and not reacting to it, not acting upon it. And step number 5, express yourself. And that means saying whatever it is that you think at that moment, but of course in a respectful way, taking into account the other person's feelings as well. And it can be something like, thank you for being concerned about me, but I just want to do this. And that's it. Probably she won't say anything anymore. And you see, there was no need to go into all this emotional internal drama that takes place during stonewalling. So those are my recommendations for today regarding stonewalling. I really hope that you enjoyed them. If you did, I want to invite you to hit like on this video, to subscribe, to share with anyone that might have this type of problem, and we'll see each other very, very soon. Thank you.